Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be discussing 3 third-party apps that are used with Gran Turismo 7. These apps are called GT Race Engineer, Victory Race Engineer, and GT AI Coach. Now, first of all, I'm going to be discussing GT Race Engineer. Now, this is actually a free download that is supported on Android devices as well as Windows. There is no iOS support for iPhones at the present moment in time, and you can make a one-off payment to remove ads. I can't remember what the price is. In all fairness, I've done this a very long time ago, and looking it up online, I didn't actually see any further forward of what that price would be. So what this app actually does is it informs you on the track of the following events: your starting position, your lap time, your remaining laps, when you're refueled within a pit stop, when your tyres are warm, your lap time average on pit, crash detection, position in real time, lap time differences. It says goodbye when you stop the engineer. It tells you when you've paused the engineer. Tells you when your tyres are hot, encouragement to pit, your sector time delta, position on lap, your current lap, when you're low on fuel, cold tyres, fuel duration estimation, and encouragement on fast laps. Now, within the app, you do have a very simplified user interface, and I will post some stuff on the screen here for you to see. What you can see though is you have in your settings, you have got the radio simulation, which enables radio effects on the engineer audio cues, including radio static and transmission start and end tones. The volume can be adjusted for the radio tones, and you can turn this down because it can become quite apparent and very, very loud. It actually kicks in to tell you some information. Now, the app works based on telemetry, and it does it one of two ways. You can find your PlayStation automatically within the app as long as it's on the same network as your PlayStation, whether that be your PC, as I'm currently using, on Wi-Fi, or on Ethernet, the same as your PlayStation. You can't have one on Wi-Fi and one on Ethernet. The other way that you can do it is you can manually input your IP address into the app if it doesn't find your PlayStation manually. And if it does fail to connect, then it does give you a wee prompt on the things to check to make sure that you haven't got like a VPN on and stuff like that that could be interfering with the telemetry getting from your PlayStation to GT Race Engineer itself. So the telemetry is coming from your PlayStation and Gran Turismo 7, comes through the same network, your IP address to the app. You can also select if you want the app to automatically connect the engineer when the application starts if a PlayStation is already selected. You can also input your user driver name, so you can put whatever you want in, and it means that when the engineer can occasionally refer to you by name during the race, which I thought was quite a cool wee feature that they've added into the app quite recently. You have got telemetry forwarding as well. Now, with GT Race Engineer in conjunction with other telemetry apps, such as SimHub, for example. Now, there is 10 facts and questions that help the user be guided how to set everything up, and tells us about the telemetry data provided from Gran Turismo 7. The app itself is not limited, however, the app can only read telemetry the game provides, as is provided in question 1 and 2 under your facts and questions. It states that the telemetry data was created for motion simulators at events in Gran Turismo 7 from Polyphony Digital. Polyphony Digital didn't provide telemetry data for the following gaps to other cars: weather, tyre wear, and penalties. You can also schedule race directions before you start the engineer. So what I mean by that is that you can tell the app the duration of your race. So if it's like a 10-lap race, you can tell it what lap you want to come in and pit on, and you can tell it what tyres that you would want to change to as well. And you can also select a wee checkbox, tell the app what you would like as a reminder to refuel or not. You can also configure the app to send the audio through Discord. And under the settings, and then under the audio tab, you will see a tab that you can select saying send audio through Discord. You also see how to configure tab, and when you click on this, it takes you to an external website, which you'll see on screen here. This takes you to a 7-step guide on Windows and Mac OS and how to install a VB audio virtual cable and to download and install the VB cable driver for your chosen system. Now, as I stated before, the app isn't on iPhone specifically, but you can get it on Mac OS, which is a saving grace for those Apple users out there. What I did is I already had my main Discord connected to my PS5 Pro, and I created a secondary Discord account so I could start a Discord direct chat party through Discord from the PS5 to the secondary Discord account. It has got the Discord app running on my PC with the secondary account, which therefore enables me to answer the call when I make that selection of a direct voice chat from the PlayStation to GT Race Engineer. So what this has enabled me to do is to have my headphones on and still hear the game as well as the GT Race Engineer app. Now, a quick note is that if you are broadcasting live on the PS5, you won't hear in the broadcast, or if recording gameplay without broadcasting on the PS5, the GT Race Engineer app coming through. This is due to Discord not letting you record party chats from Discord on the PS5. Notably, you can also click on the link on this page for the Discord setup to download the app called BlueStacks, which enables you to sign into Google Play Store on Windows and download PlayStation app on your PC as well as GT Race Engineer. However, due to network limitations of BlueStacks app using NAT as communication, it will not find your PS5 on the GT Race Engineer app. I tried a workaround using a virtual machine on PC called VirtualBox. I managed to install Android x86 operating system to the virtual machine. However, after numerous attempts, even with AI telling me what I needed to do to problem solve, AI came to the conclusion that it was best to download Android apps off the Play Store. And that's not something I was wanting to do, because I thought the workaround, as far as AI was telling me at the time, would be to use the virtual machine, that I'd be able to enable and bridge the network between the virtual machine using GT Race Engineer downloaded from the Play Store, so that I could hear the audio coming through my PlayStation within a PlayStation party chat. However, that didn't transpire, so I decided not to do that and just uninstalled the virtual machine as well as BlueStacks. So in conclusion, using Discord is the best way to get your audio through the speakers or the headset on PlayStation using GT Race Engineer. The app is free on Windows and Android platforms, not on iOS yet. However, it is in Mac OS. Now, moving forward, I'm going to be talking about Victory Race Engineer that comes on iOS. Now, Victory Race Engineer is a telemetry app for Gran Turismo 7. You do get one free language of English, and the rest of the languages you need to pay $3.99 per language, or you can get the Victory Pro version, which is $7.99 a month, or $59.99 per year up front. However, if you were to pay it on a monthly basis at $7.99 over the course of the year, it is going to cost you $95.99. So if you were planning on using it for a long duration, paying the year up front would save you a bit of money. The thing that the Pro version unlocks for you is comparing your lap times with pro drivers. It unlocks all engineers, 19 of them, across 11 languages. You can plan your pit stops, tyres and fuel lap by lap. You can compete with friends in automatic standings, results and seasons, and finally, you can customise your themes. Now, the app for me seems to be highly restricted compared to what we spoke about previously in GT Race Engineer. As far as I can see, the telemetry comes through fine on the app. I didn't have any noticeable delays or anything like that within the app from the telemetry coming from Gran Turismo 7. However, I would say that for anyone that isn't speaking English, they are automatically at a disadvantage because they have to pay out $3.99 for their own standalone language, or if they would like more than one language, then they may be looking at getting the Pro version over a monthly cost or a yearly upfront cost. And that's obviously something that would continue moving forward that you would have to pay for if you wanted to keep the app running. The languages that are included within the app is United Kingdom is free. You get United States, Brazil, Germany, France, Portugal, Italy, Canada, Spain, Jamaica, Japan, Poland, Netherlands, and Chile. What I would say was with the app, it does look nice and laid out, very simple to use, but I just would say that it has got a few disadvantages in regards to cost, especially an ongoing cost. And I would say that it's got a few disadvantages compared to GT Race Engineer due to the fact that you have to pay for planning your pit stops, for tyres and fuel, and so on and so forth, when GT Race Engineer currently offer that for free. Within Victory app as well, the Discord Race Engineer is currently locked under the Pro version of the app, as well as the theme icon and app icon. You can use the OBS overlay, which is currently not locked under the Pro version of the app as well. It's not something that I've tested, however, it could be beneficial for people that use OBS on their PC. Now, moving on to the last app here, I would say that it is a great tool called GT Race Coach. And I just thought to give my thoughts on it and have a go of it last night just to see what it was like. Now, it is a great tool that can be used for current online time trials or daily races within sport mode in Gran Turismo 7. Unfortunately, you can't just now use this in conjunction with SimHub or use for any other track that falls out with the daily races or time trials in Gran Turismo 7. In my testing, it seemed when telling you braking points were quite a bit far too late at some corners. It seemed to lag behind, and by the time I got to the corner at Spa and certain corners on that track, it seemed to be just slightly delayed of when it was telling you where you should be braking. Now, I don't know if that was due to the telemetry lag from the game in the PlayStation to the app itself, or whether that was simply the app not getting a quick enough response from the data it was receiving from Gran Turismo 7 to be able to give you a more accurate answer. Now, if you want to get advice on Gran Turismo 7 to get faster, I would suggest just running this app on your PC, no headphones on, and listening to what it says. And obviously, turn down your sound in your game or TV or amplifier itself so you can hear it properly. There is UDP telemetry, however, when SimHub is open, it shows within SimHub that another app is conflicting with SimHub. Even though SimHub has UDP forwarding, I can forward telemetry to other apps like Sim Dashboard on another two devices that I use, like an old Android tablet and an old iPhone. However, I haven't found a way of running GT Coach in conjunction with SimHub so that I can get the use out of my base shakers on my rig at the same time. So in conclusion, for all the apps previously discussed, my favourite is GT Race Engineer because I get the audio through my PlayStation and headphones as well as through speakers when the headphones are off. This is far easier to set up in my opinion than trying to do and get the audio to come through on a PlayStation Party. That would be a downside for GT Race Engineer, is that it is very difficult to get the audio to come through in a PlayStation Party, as I previously discussed in this video earlier. The other thing I would say is the GT Coach, I didn't manage to come across or figure out a way to be able to get the audio to get from my PC into PlayStation so I could hear it through my headphones or through the speakers. Maybe that's something that the app will update in the future. Maybe it's something that's not possible just now, and I've just been trying to do something that wasn't possible. I simply do not know. There is UDP forwarding within the app as well, and even using the other port that I have authorized within Windows to be open for Gran Turismo 7, it didn't have any more information to come through so that I could use the GT Coach in conjunction with SimHub at that present moment in time. Maybe it's something that I'm doing wrong, so please don't take what I'm saying as absolute 100% accurate in regards to It could be simply user error and not setting it up correctly or not doing something within my PC in order to get GTI Race Coach coming through the audio on PlayStation. So if anyone has used these apps out there and has got any further comments or advice on how I could actually fix some of the proposed problems that I've had, then please leave it in the comments. I'm quite happy to go through it, test it out, try and put the fix in there and try and get the use out of GTAI Coach to come through the speakers as well as the headphones on PlayStation, or even if they know how to get GT Race Engineer to come through just a normal PlayStation party without using Discord, that would be fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, take care. See you in the next one. Peace.